Hello guys. Well, I'm just crossing the street here. Street's still full of ice, slush. I don't even know what you call it. Maybe you can call it snert. Dirt and snow mixed together. The sidewalks, because they've been shoveled, they're all like totally bare now, and there's no risk of wiping out because today the temperature is supposed to be 2 degrees right now Celsius, which is, I'm guessing it is like 38 Fahrenheit, maybe. Yeah, it's not 40. 40 would be like 5. I wrote a book about 8 years ago, and some of you may know that if you've been following my channel for a long time. The book is about the first bicycle tour that I ever did, like the first really long one. It took almost 6 months. And it took me from central Ontario, Canada to Cancun, Mexico. It was an amazing tour, changed my life. And to express like the spirit of that tour, I wasn't sure what the title of the book should be. I tell you what it is. Its destinations are fake. Almost right away, once I got this book published and I self-published it, I had my doubts about this title. It's hard to figure out what does it even mean? What is it supposed to mean? Now, the book cover has a touring bike on it, and I think that brings it home, but you know, the title by itself, you wouldn't know that it's about bicycle touring, and you don't actually get to experience or think what was on my mind when I made up that title. But I'll tell you why it's called Destinations Are Fake. See, as I was looking for a title for that book, I was riding my bike in the river valley, and I saw some graffiti under a bridge. I'm gonna turn here. There's some traffic here, but it's not bad. So there was some graffiti under a bridge, and it said, "Countries are fake." And don't ask me why. Well, you can ask me why, but this resonated with me. And maybe one day I'll make a video about why this resonates with me. I don't really believe in borders that much, because I believe that borders give our leaders, our politicians, way too much power, and they don't really accomplish that much for security like we tend to think, or we like to think, you know, but that's for another day. Destinations are fake is because we buy a ticket to somewhere, whether it be by train, bus, or airplane, but we buy a ticket to somewhere, and then we go to that destination, and quite often they are artificially curated, or I don't know if you call that curated. They are set up in a way that is meant for tourism. Like, basically, you have something that is totally different from the way that the rest of the country or the rest of the place where you're going looks like. Well, that's kind of what went through my mind when I came up with that title, because all the travel destinations that I had previously thought of was kind of like that in a way, you know. Now, I don't think that goes for every place in the world, but basically the point was that traveling by bicycle, the destination totally becomes secondary, and you're doing it for the experience of the tour itself. So there will be places in between that are not your destination, might be destination for a night or something, just because there might be a place to sleep or eat. But even totally apart from that, you will find places that you never expected to find, and they have not been on your list of destination or nothing, but they give you the experience of a lifetime because of somebody you interact with, or something that you see that intrigues you, or, you know, there's many, many possibilities. So I still like the expression or the sentence that says destinations are fake. But I added something to it. The journey is real. That slogan, it resonates with me because that's how I live my life. I don't look at destination very much. I look at every day as part of the journey. The idea is to make every day count and make every mile count if you're riding your bike or you're going for a road trip or whatever it is you're doing. Don't wait for the big thing to happen because you reach your destination. If you transfer this to life, I mean, destination, there is none. We're definitely here for a journey. Ultimately, the destination becomes irrelevant. So why am I telling you all this? You might be wondering, why is this guy talking about destinations are fake and the journey and all this? I mean, this is something that's meaningful to me. So I'm sharing it with you, but there's more. I got new merch on my channel, guys. A nice design with a touring bike. So there's a touring bike in the center, kind of like on my book cover, but it's a different picture, but it's the same bike. And on top it says, destinations are fake. And then underneath the bike it says, the journey is real. If you've ever been on a long-term bicycle tour, I know that this resonates with you. And if you have no relation to bicycle touring at all, I'm thinking that in that context, with a touring bike in the middle, even if you're not a cyclist, it might give you an idea of what it's about. Bicycle touring is not about riding your bike and getting in shape. It is about travel, but it's not necessarily about reaching your destination. Like, say you go across Canada, which I've done, close to 9,000 kilometers. It's like a huge journey, but it's not about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. It's about the experiences you have along the way. And there's maybe about 300 or so people cycling across Canada every single summer. Each one of them has a totally different experience, and they're all totally worth it. I mean, I have never talked to somebody who cycled across Canada, or perhaps any other country, that has said, well, this was a waste of time. It's never a waste of time when you're riding on your bike. Yeah, I'm on a busy road now. That's probably not the best. I'm trying to talk to you because even though I have my mic on, there's a lot of background noise. But we're going to turn here again, left again, and it's going to be quieter here in a minute. So if you're a fan of bicycle touring, I think my new merch is going to resonate with you. The bike in the picture is not a high-end touring bike or anything like that, but it is the bike that I did a 6-month tour with. It was my first experience with that, and really, it doesn't matter what kind of bike you have. What matters is that you can ride it and that you're comfortable on it, and it becomes your means of transportation to go just about anywhere. I've crossed borders on my bike. Central America 2013 is another tour that I did. Like every tour I ever did, it felt like the ultimate freedom. It felt like life on steroids without being on anything. It just, you know, it's the high points of my life. When I met Barbara, well, together we don't have quite the same range that I have on my own, but we've done tours together in Colombia and in Mexico. And to share the experience with her, it's even so much better. But It was never about the destination on any of these tours, even though I had destinations, but it's always about the experience itself. Might as well call it the journey, right? Let me get to the point. Of course, I'd like you to check out my new merch. I am really proud of it because I designed this myself. The center of it is a picture that I took in late 2009. I was mighty proud of going on a tour. It was before most of everything happened, before I even understood what I was in for. This is a bike that, it wasn't the most comfortable bike. The seat wasn't great, but it had a rack. I put a front rack on it as well. And it was good enough to go on a tour with for over 5 months. This is how I got to know Mexico, guys. Before that, I had only been in Mexico in a border town, Laredo, when I was trucking. And to me, Mexico looked like a dump. And back then, I was also listening to a lot of talk radio from the United States that was portraying Mexico as this awful place where people try to get away from and stuff. Did I ever get a wake up? Any one of you who has never been, I highly recommend you check it out. Even with all the bad publicity, you know, you have to go there for yourself, and your impression is totally gonna change. Yeah, and check out my merch. Click on it and check it out. It's the holidays, right? Maybe you need a gift for somebody. Maybe that touring cyclist in your family needs a t-shirt or a hoodie or perhaps just a cup, a sticker, you name it, it's all there. I'm excited about this, guys. If you don't like it or you don't have the budget, whatever, I understand. But the one thing I always ask you to do is give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hey, what are you waiting for? It's totally free and there's no obligation whatsoever. And I'll talk to you in the next video.